Hey everybody, and welcome to my first YouTube video in like forever. Just kidding. My first YouTube video in like several months, at least, with me on camera. Like, sorry for the hiatus. I've been going through a lot of stuff, been busy with a lot of stuff, or like been trying to focus on other priorities in life, and which is what I've set out to do and what I've been trying to do. And like, and I guess I decided to make a really quick video, or depending on how it turns out, like talking about that and other things that I've been dealing with and other ventures in life. And in general, like what I like want to talk to you guys about. Also, apologies for like how the camera's looking. I'm recording this from my Chromebook, and like I'm gonna try to make this as authentic as I can, and I'm going about this as I want to try to. And this is in general, like the things talking about my goals for the future and the personal stuff that I'm trying to overcome, and like things that I'm trying to be excited about to get me through fall and winter, and how I hope the future will progress for me. So without further ado, without fully ado, let's get started with this. So I did say I was going to talk about like what I've been doing for the hiatus. Well, mostly like in August, like me and my girlfriend. I spent the entire summer like doing things with my girlfriend Emily. Me, peace to her. I know she watched this, and we were doing stuff like going on several dates, or like hanging out with our friends, like like going in August, going to the water park. Um, like we went to a couple concerts. Like we went to see System of a Down and Corn. Yeah, I mean that concert. I think it wasn't the like absolute best concert we've been to for several reasons, but that was pretty cool. We went on. Um, we. I mean, in September we mostly spent. We September was mostly largely obsolete for both of us, except for when we went to a park in her town for a date, and um when we celebrated Avril Lavigne's birthday on September 27th, because Avril is one of the artists we met each other through when we went to see her a year ago. And October was pretty busy too. Like we celebrated our 1 year anniversary on October the 3rd, which was pretty fun. We dressed up all nice for it, and um but before that, it was pretty hectic. Like this in general was pretty hectic for me. Like the past few months were pretty hectic because like health issues, like insomnia. I started in June, in the beginning of the summer. I started having migraines, which are really, really painful headaches that render you completely like unable to focus on a lot of things, and they're really debilitating. And because of how debilitating they are, I find myself like often unable to focus on a lot of things and unable to like concentrate, and I can't like for example, like when I immediately get up to do something, to get up to accomplish something that I'm supposed to do, like I immediately am like, "Urgh," and then I just topple back to the place I'm sitting at. Like it's that bad. And the day before me and Emily's 1 year anniversary, I like realized that the migraines, they only like tamed down when I put these shades on. So which really told something to me that I I really should find a solution. And in general, when I went to optometrist at a mall, um, on sometime like that, I guess that really confirmed that it was for real migraines, and thankfully just migraines, which are common in young adults, and like it wasn't like a tumor or brain cancer or anything. Thank the Lord for that. And then I think it was a week after our me and Emily's 1 year anniversary that I got really this really intense cold, and I could like barely could speak, and I couldn't stop coughing. And if you know me, I hate having colds. Actually, I hate getting sick in general because like for some reason, like actually no, not for some reason, like for any person, like or at least any person with my mentality, like getting sick, don't want you just want to like there's no reason for existence when you're sick. Like it's just pitiful. And so like I got better, and on the week of Halloween, which was a week ago, and but like on Thursday of that week, I got a flu shot on my left arm, and I didn't know this until now, but like flu shots to make you feel better or more like stronger to like deal with a sickness or like a flu or cold, it puts you through a sickness. Like I should have known this like in late 2023 when I got a flu shot and I had this really bad splitting headache. I mean, I slept better, but still. But like, yeah, I got a really intense cold that luck thankfully was only I knew it was only temporary because I looked up what flu shots do and it turns out that flu shots are supposed to make you sick. And luckily by Halloween it went down, and which is good because I was this was the first Halloween I spent with Emily, and we did a couple's costume as the Demolition Lovers, which was the couple on the cover of My Chemical Romance's Three Cheers for Sweet Revenge album, and who are with their first album, I Brought You My Bullets, was about. And we had fun like taking pictures as them and celebrating Halloween, watching Terrifier, a movie that Emily hasn't seen yet, but I have, and we had fun watching it and sort of critiquing the different things about it. And let me think. What else did we watch? Oh yeah, we also watched two of Emily's favorite shows, Stranger Things and the Chucky series, and that was lots of fun too. And so the next day after Halloween, it was Emily's birthday, and she's turned 22, and like it was also like a year since I like first went to her house and met her parents and her sister and her cat, which well, yeah, her cat is like a son to us, and we both love him so much. And like yeah, like it was so yeah, like I like even though I still like had a bit of a cough, I still like I wrapped up Emily's two presents, and I asked my dad to take me since my mom was out for the day. And it was mildly annoying how he like stopped, how he like not only stalled and made me like I think like 10 or 15 minutes late, but like he also like stopped for gas like when we finally got out there. So that was mildly annoying. But eventually we did get to Emily's house like just a little, I mean, maybe not a little late, but we got there and we and I gave Emily her presents as in and as any of you who watch her videos are probably aware by now, sorry, one of them was her dream doll, Zombie Gaga, a which was a Lady Gaga Monster High doll based on her from the Born This Way era. And I am so glad, and I had to save up to like buy. I had to say, and I'm so glad that she loved it, and I'm so glad that I'm proud of that I finally was able to make one of her dreams come true. I had to work hard for 2 months saving up to buy that doll, and I'm so glad that I finally gave it to her. Like, like watching her face light up with joy upon getting it was just it was like not only a present for her but a present for me as well. So yeah, I also got her a Monster High doll of Emily from Corpse Bride, but her dad already got her that, and even though that was mildly disappointing, she was still happy to get it or get both of them. But yeah, like it was still good to get her both those gifts. So that was delightful, and the party was really fun. Like we spent a lot of time. I'm like talking with me and Emily's friends, or Emily, or some of them were Emily's friends, while others were me and Emily's friends. It's hard to describe, but we had so much fun doing that, and like and I forgot how much I was coughing because it was so great, like having fun with them, like me, Emily, and our friend Aether during karaoke. We were singing "Wolf of Sheep's Clothing" by Set It Off, and that was like so funny and so hilarious. How we were like like belting out the lyrics to the that that song. And oh yeah, like apparently me and Emily in December we're going to see Set It Off, which is so cool because I remember like hearing about them, like first hearing about them a year ago when one of my friends, Emma, one of my high school friends, she like told me that she met the members of Set It Off like when we both went to see Palais Royale a year ago at the Brooklyn Bowl. And not only that, but another concert birthday gift that Emily got was that me and her on Valentine's Day in 2026, we're going to see Nine Inch Nails. And I am so excited about that because, like, Nine Inch Nails, I wouldn't say they're one of my all time favorite bands, but they're a really good band and they made the soundtrack, I mean, or at least contributed to the soundtracks to two of my favorite movies The Social Network and The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, both of which are directed by David Fincher, one of my favorite psychological directors. So yeah, those were really good. And like getting back to Nine Inch Nails, I also during karaoke I sang March of the Pigs, which is my favorite Nine Inch Nails song. Ooh, sorry, I forgot that like I didn't press the pause button all the way. But yeah, and we had fun singing different songs like from Sleep Token, Ghost, Youngblood, Scorpions, like and like Emily and her sister Sam did like um they sang a System of a Down song. Yeah, like all of that was just so super fun and super killer to do. And then after the party, me, Emily, and her dad took us to see Will Wood. And he was performing at the Brooklyn Bowl, which is where I saw Palais, Weathers, and Icy Stars. Um, and and yeah, Emily's been to the Brooklyn Bowl as well. Like when she saw I don't know how, but they found me Dallin Weeks band, and when we got there, it was like we didn't stay for the entire concert because me and Emily we had really bad stomach cramps. I mean, mine was really bad. Emily's was bad too, but like I don't know how bad exactly compared to mine was. But like, yeah, we were watching the show and it was really fun and unique. Like Will was dressed as Beetlejuice because the day before this, was Halloween, and his band they were dressed as sharks with like Beetlejuice like stripes. And he and Will is a really energetic artist and a really talented pianist. And so yeah, that was felt like a treat to see. And like I remember my ex one of my ex best friends who I stopped talking to around the beginning of 2022, she introduced me to Will Wood. She was the same friend who introduced me to Panic at the Disco. So like yeah, and Will is also from Jersey, so like that felt that. So even though the Brooklyn Bowl's not in Jersey, it felt cool to like see from an artist from Jersey like play in an area near Jersey, near you. And at one point during the concert, there was this Congo line that was breaking out, and it was like like so funny how me and Emily like tried to join into it, and by the time we did, it was over. Sorry. And also, speaking of the concert, I should also mention that this was probably my first 20 plus concert I've been to. Like, I had to like take. I mean, last time I went to the Brooklyn Bowl, like for the Palais concert, like it was like almost an all ages place or like a PG-13 type place, like for Palais and the other bands that were playing, Weathers and Icy Stars. But like for like this show, like given how raunchy given how or how like or like given how risque and dialogue and how many people and how many young adults were like drinking or smoking or acting foofy in there. Yeah, it was a 20 plus show, and it was my first 20 plus show. Like Emily and her dad told me to bring my ID, and which I'm glad I remembered to do. And so after that concert, Emily and her dad took me home and dropped me off there, and so then then the next day it was rough. I'm not gonna lie. I had more and more migraines, and like I started coughing a lot more, and I realized why I was coughing so much. Aside from the flu shot, it was because of this spray stuff, this fabric spray that I kept spraying not only on my desk, but also on my clothes and on my bed. And it's not for that stuff. Luckily, my mom defumigated my room, and looks like that issue's clearing up. So hopefully soon it'll clear up fully. So now, like, it's now to wonder. Now I'm left wondering what's the main goal for the rest of the year and all of next year? Or what am I going to do? Like, how am I going to, like, what's the future of my podcast channel? Or what's going to be the main thing that drives my confidence and excitement for the future? Well, I've been thinking about that a little bit, and I'm trying to think. Well, well, this is a really weird thoughts to think or weird career choice to go, because it's not really a career choice, but it's to like maybe to like help my podcast advance podcast take off, or maybe improve my image, or maybe like personally cope with like how with not with a lot of the health stuff, physical and mental health stuff I've been dealing with like for a while. I've decided that I want to become a hippie. I know that's really crazy to talk about, and before you ask, no, for it is not for the drugs. However, it is for the fashion, the spirituality, the encouraging of peace, love, and understanding, and in general, just freeing your mind from whatever BS like the world puts you in. And like, look, I got this necklace in June of this year, and yeah, because like I guess I've gotten more and more into hippie culture, like how they are. I mean, don't work and don't. I mean, I've all will always I always will be an emo slash alternative person, but hippie culture, like yeah, it's I guess it's given me a better peace, a better motivation. I mean, there are several things that I went through phases of that like gave me better peace and motivations of like as these years went by and as I went through turbulent times. But this one, I'm gonna see like how I focus my entire gimmick and image around it, just to see like what'll happen. Like if I focus my podcast around it, if I focus my YouTube around it, if I like focus my writing around it, maybe we'll see what happens, and I'll see like if I get anywhere with it, and if me and my girlfriend like get anywhere with it. And so like if it works, let's cheers to this or something, whatever. Well, guys, thank you so much for listening to this update. I am deeply apologize for like how long it took to come out with another on-screen video like this, and so I hope to see you again in the distant future, or maybe not too distant future, or like however that works. But I hope to see you again, and that sorry for the pausing, just trying to even out the coughs, and that like I come out more consistently with content, and that like I become more successful at this and more energetic and more passionate again about vlogging and podcasting and writing and all that stuff, and storytelling also, because like since I said that I want to be a person who heals nature through storytelling, which is another reason why I decided to get into hippie lifestyle, aside from the peace and the fashion. So with that in mind, I hope that I go anywhere with that, and thank you so much for watching this update, and stay tuned and stay good.